Hey, this is a Zarbajard video about my anxiety disorder, panic attacks that I haven't gotten in a really long time. But a really long time, a couple months. And, my brain can't handle marijuana at all. It feels really terrible the last time I did it. I cracked my head open. Funny story about that. I slipped and fell in the bathroom when I was on the stupid green shit and cracked my head open. That would probably explain why I am so cool. And that was a couple years ago. And they had to stitch it on up and all that shit. And it was really bloody. And it felt really good to crack my head open because I looked it up on Google.com. And apparently when you get a cut on your head, or when you bleed from your head, your body releases a ton of endorphins. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not. Probably not, because you guys aren't as smart as me. Haha, ski. But S-K-E-H-E, ski-he. It's like tee-he. But so yeah, it felt really good to crack my head open. I know that sounds weird to many of you with tiny penises, but that's just how it is. And so I hope I never do marijuana again. I'm always peer pressured into it by normie scum who love the drug for some reason, even though it's a terrible, disgusting plant. And I hope all of it burns to the ground someday. But and my anxiety and panic attack symptoms are like this, as follows. It feels like I'm like gonna start tripping on ayahuasca the whole time, like I did a bunch of magic mushrooms or something, and I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, and it's like, what's gonna happen next? Am I gonna start freaking out? Am I gonna go crazy? Am I gonna go nuts? And it's like that for an hour, and there's nothing that, people are like, do some deep breathing to get over your anxiety panic attack, and it's like, it doesn't work. So you just gotta stick it out for an hour. And the other really annoying symptoms, besides the freaking out like you're on a magic mushroom trip or something, is I feel like the bones in my arms are gonna break. Actually, I feel like that right now. I think it's from all this caffeine from this coffee. I don't usually drink coffee, but I feel like the bones in my arms are gonna just break in half, and it just creeps me out because I can feel the bones in my arms, and they're just like squirming, squirming in your skin from the bones in your arms. I don't even want to think about it. It's disgusting. But because I got like skinny chicken bones, and I feel like they're just gonna snap in half. I read this one horrifying story or report about this anorexic girl who ran track, and I don't know if this was a rumor, if it's true or whatever, but I read this report of this girl who ran track, and it was like a scary horror story to me because she was anorexic, and I am anorexic, or was, and she was running track one day, and her legs just broke because she was so anorexic, and she ran track every day because she was exercise addict or whatever, to be anorexic and perfect and fit, and her legs just like snapped. And I'm like, oh, I hate to think of that story because it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like to think of. I've never broken a bone, and I don't want to break a bone. It just gives me the creeps. I don't do well under pain either. I'm a real wimp. So. And I know my sister makes professional jewelry every day, so she never leaves the house, and I never leave the house, but I don't make jewelry. So I was wondering, maybe I should start making stuff to sell online. Like, I was thinking I could make paper mache masks and sell those. If you guys would buy masks, let me know in the comments. I already have a huge mask collection, but I haven't made masks, like, ever, I don't think. So I'd probably make like Zelda masks and Majora masks and stuff. So let me know in the comments if you think that would be cool, a business, and you think that would be a good business for me to do. And because like my sister's a hermit, but she has an excuse because she has a terminal disease, and we both lost our parents, and then at a young age, but I don't have a terminal disease unless you count depression as a terminal disease, which I think you could argue that it is one. And then so yeah. Oh, this guy wants to interview me on Newgrounds. That's really cute. So look forward to a guy interviewing me. I'm actually popular on Newgrounds. I got 400 plus fans on there, which is incredible. Very, very happy about that. I know you think I'm a complete nobody because my YouTube accounts always have less than 300 subscribers, you know, but on Newgrounds I'm actually a somebody, which is actually a good website, and they don't ban all my stuff all the time like YouTube does for being absolute cucks who ban creativity from their shitty garbage platform that all the normies seem to love for some reason, even though it's a shitty website. And so that was just a lot of hatred that just came out just now. I apologize. But I just get really worked up when I think about how much I hate YouTube.com. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about panic attacks, and I know I used to get them randomly, or I know I used to get them when I was hungover sometimes. I used to hear voices when I was hungover. I probably still do, it's just I haven't been super hungover lately. The weird thing now is I can't even drink that much anymore without getting very physically sick. And that's never happened to me until I turned 28. And now it's like if I try to drink a bunch of beer, I get really sick while I'm drinking it, not even after, or not even the day after or anything. It's just like I take a bunch of beer and then my stomach just feels disgusting and I feel like I'm gonna throw up for like an hour. I'm like, man, I can't even drink alcohol anymore without getting really sick. Like, what is happening to my body as I'm getting older? This is like scary and gay. Like, I just want to drink a bunch of beer and now my body won't even let me drink a bunch of beer. Like, what the heck is going on? Hopefully I'm gonna try drinking again sometime. My best friend bailed on me on Friday, but I usually like to see him on Friday and hopefully drink or do whippets or something. And whippets are really fun, but they're really expensive. And they're healthy as far as I know. So I encourage anybody who's like wants to get into spirituality, drug stuff, to just do whippets. Because they're not addictive and they're pretty fun and they're pretty cool to get into, and it's like one of my favorite hobbies now. It's just whipping it up, slurping it up. Like if I get a job and I ever like have my own place or something, which has never happened really. I mean, I've had shitty jobs, but I've quit all of them like pretty quick. Because who knows? I just have that need it heart syndrome. But if I ever just had like lived up by my own, number one, I would put all my fake plants that I have, I'd put them all over the walls to make it look like a jungle. I know I've talked about this before, how I want to live in a jungle room. And then number two, I'd just like spend my money on whips, and I just fucking whip all day, you know? I would just fucking chill out and whip out, you know? And that's, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think people, I mean, yeah, I know a lot of neats, they get into the what is it called, the fake chemical drugs like TMZ and MTE and DMT, you know, all those other fake drugs out there. I know a lot of neats just like get into that. I know in Welcome to the NHK manga, they get into the chemical drugs from the deep web. I forget what they're called, but they get into those fake acid blotters and all that stuff. And I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people who like the manga. I've heard people who dislike the manga. And the cool thing about the NHK manga is that it does different from the anime. The anime is a masterpiece, but the manga, they put way more details in the arcs, or the details in the characters. Like the character who is a NEET who never leaves his room, not the main character Sato, but the other guy, he falls in love with Misaki, spoiler alert, and they never even touch that in the anime at all. He has like a good arc, but they never actually explain his character like they do in the manga, where he actually falls in love with Misaki and like then he like tries to kill himself, and he becomes a teacher like really quickly somehow, and he's just like now he's a big successful teacher, even though he was a NEET for like the last 20 years. I'm like, a little unrealistic, but okay. Because if you're a NEET for like 10 years or 15 years, you think you're just gonna like randomly become a big successful teacher overnight? I mean, I always thought that was weird about the manga with that character, but it doesn't matter. and everybody agrees that the book for the NHK is just garbage. It's just like trash or whatever. I don't know if everybody agrees on that, but a lot of people think the book is trash, the manga is pretty good, and the anime is also pretty good. I don't know why I just devolved into this discussion about the NHK. I've got it tattooed on my shoulder, on my, my left shoulder, and then on my right shoulder I've got Flowers of Evil tattooed on my right shoulder, just like the main flower from the anime in the book, like the iconic flower with the eyeball. And I got that done this year, and I got the NHK tattoo done like nine years ago when I was 19. I just like went to the tattoo shop and I'm like, yeah, ink me up, bitch, and never looked back. And everybody's like, how could you get tattoos? You're ruining your body. I'm like, do needs really care about their bodies? Like, they're not gonna date anybody. They're not gonna like go to parties or anything with their shirts off. You know, it's like nobody really sees my tattoos except me and maybe my friend or something. I don't know. Unless I like go swimming, and I haven't been to the gym in forever because of the virus, so I haven't even gotten to go swimming. And I think we're gonna cancel our gym membership because my mom pays for everything for me. And I think she's tired of paying for the gym, so I guess I'm not going to be able to swim for the rest of my life, even though that's like one of my favorite things to do is swim. So that's unfortunate that I'm never going to be able to swim again unless I get like a gym membership. And the great thing about this gym that we were a part of is that the pool's like really warm, so it's like really nice to swim in. So I love swimming. I think it's unfortunate I might never be able to swim again, because we're canceling our gym stuff because of the virus and because of how expensive gyms are in general. So I think that's unfortunate, and I miss swimming. I want to swim as soon as I can, but might not swim ever for a very long time. Just upset about that. I don't know if I've said that like 10 times now. I'm just talking, but sucks, man. It sucks. I encourage needs to swim if they have pools in their complexes or whatever. I think it's a great exercise tool or whatever. I think it's just fun. I think it feels very freeing to swim, in my opinion. I think, what else did I want to talk about here? Anything else? Somebody wrote on my last vlog video that their favorite color was white, and I really appreciate that, because I think the white is actually a really beautiful color when you think about it. It's like snowflakes are white, like sparkles are white from like diamonds, crystals are white, some of them, and it's just like when I think of white, I think of like these crystal, snowy, beautiful fucking crystal, white crystals or something, and I wanted to put that image in your head. It's like, close your eyes right now and like imagine these fucking beautiful crystals. Like, it just sounds awesome to think about it. Like, I love the color white, and I'm so glad somebody brought that up. I think my favorite colors, I didn't even go over my favorites in the last video. It was just like, I like purple, I like purple, I like red and green combined, so the Christmas red and green, I like Christmas colors, I like Christmas trees, anything about Christmas I love, especially the red and green color combination. I think I love white, the color white as well, but I also like black, and I also think I like gray. I feel like gray, black, and white are very safe colors for me. I feel like they look good on anybody. I feel like red is a bit too powerful and Chadish. I feel like green is a bit too Islamish and like tricky. I do like green though. I have this green and black shirt striped that I like. This green and black striped shirt. And whenever you wear like a striped shirt as an adult, like 28-year-old or 29 or whatever, you feel like everybody thinks you're a fucking kid, because it's like stripes are like what little baby kids wear, it seems like who wear like striped t-shirts like in like junior high or something. But I still think they look really fucking cool, except they make me look like a child now, even though I'm not a child technically anymore. And I think purple is really pretty. I think it reminds me of the Joker, who wears a purple suit with green hair and a white face, red lips, from the Batman animated series. I think blue is a total normie color, and the sky's blue, and everybody who likes blue is probably gay in some way. Because think of baby blue. It's like a shade of blue that's like really wimpy and like limp-wristed, and like everybody you ask on the street, they always say their favorite color is blue, and I just like being different from the rest of everyone else. So just wanted to point that out. And I'm glad you guys are still sticking with my channel-ish. I lost most of my subscribers when I made the switch to this channel, but glad we still have some subscribers out there. We got about 78 subs right now. My last channel had like 230, 250, so we've lost quite a bit, but that's okay, I guess. Sorry, I gotta be quieter. I think my parents might be spying. And they can't find out that I have this account, so I gotta always be careful. But I still love making videos. Like, I have always loved making videos. My therapist says that I should probably stop and focus my life on something else, that it could be successful. And she's like, I used to love baseball, and now that I'm a therapist, I totally gave up everything about baseball, and I don't even care about it much anymore. And she's like, the same could happen with you and your videos. You can stop caring completely about videos and stuff and focus on a different subject for your entire life. And I'm like, yeah, that's an interesting thing, that you can just give up a passion very quickly and switch to a new passion or something like that. I guess it is possible for me to give up videos and making shitty games, and give up the internet social media culture, or give up the making videos and making games, and just the computer centralized life, the life centered around computers completely, pretty much. She thinks I can just give all that up and focus on becoming a therapist or something like that if I choose to do that. Because I was thinking about becoming a therapist myself, since I've had so many therapists. I've probably had like 10 or 12 by now at least, and some of them ditched me as a client. I ditched some of them as a client. It's not a big deal. But I've seen every type of therapy you can imagine. I've had very expensive therapists. I've had cheap therapists. I've seen the difference in their approach to therapy. You know, I know how therapy talks. I know how they fix their clients. I know what they try to do to fix their clients. And I don't believe it works for me, therapy, really. But maybe it works for normies, pretty much. So you just have to, basically it seems like an easy job even a NEET could do who like has low energy, because pretty much all you do is listen to people talk, and then you like give them snippets of advice or something. And the thing about being a therapist that is tricky is you have to say the right thing. You have to try to say the right thing. So you always have to try to say the right thing with your patients, and that could be tricky because you don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, you actually have to pretend like you care if they say they're gonna like off themselves, and you have to be like, well, gotta call the cops on you, sorry idiot, you shouldn't have told me that, but now I have to call the police on you. Enjoy your 2-week hold in the mental hospital, LOL, get fucked. And so that's pretty funny. You get to like fuck people over if they tell you they're gonna off themselves, and just like throw them in a mental hospital for 2 or 3 weeks. That's pretty hilarious. So that's a funny thing about being a therapist. And you know, I've been in rehab 2 or 3 times now for mental health issues. From my parents threw me in for like a month and a half each time. It's pretty annoying. I think rehab is a total waste of time and totally retarded. It's a boomer meme to try to fix NEETs or fix drug addict, shitty, normie, idiot children who are addicted to drugs and stealing their parents' credit cards and money. And that's why they send them to rehab so many times. And yeah, I think it's dumb. And I'm never going to write a script for my videos because I'm not a cuck, so don't ask me to write a script for my videos because I'm not a square who has to like write everything down. Like, that's so boring and dumb. Like, no thank you. I speak from my heart and I speak from my soul, and I'm not going to write down some shitty script on a piece of paper. So like, yeah. So yeah, I might try to. I still have some stuff I need to do around the house. I need to make this puppet out of wool, and I'll videotape that maybe for you guys, and then because it's easy, and I want to show you guys how it's done. And then I need to make a real hand puppet out of what's the fabric that I bought called? It's called it's not felt. It might be felt. I need to make a puppet out of felt. I need to sew, and need to do that sometime. And then I need to just focus on whatever it is I do during the day, all day. Or needs somehow as a needs. I'm not too bored usually. I usually try to find something to do. I started watching Baki on Netflix from 2018, and the show is really good. It's a fighting anime. It's kind of like an ape, caveman, barbarian anime where they just fight. It's kind of like Fist of the North Star in its art style and approach to fighting and stuff, but it's really cool. So I encourage anybody to watch Baki because it's really fun. So anyways, I think this guy on Newgrounds wants to interview me, so I'm going to post a link to the interview. I'm going to tell you guys how it goes. I'm going to let you guys see the interview. I'm going to let you know how it goes. Like, he seems like a fun little boy who wants to interview a big man and big neat boy like me. And it's cool that I always love having my art recognized by anyone, literally anyone. So, because I feel underappreciated as an artiste, even as an artist with absolutely no talent, I still feel like I want my stuff recognized, I just want to feel like I'm a person, like I exist, like I have recognition for my art, for something I put in thousands of hours into and still have no results or no talent in. Still feel like I want it to be recognized by anyone. So that's what I have to say about art in general. God bless you guys, love you guys. I'll try to make more vlog podcasts in the future. I know this is what gets me most of my views anyway, so I think people might enjoy this sort of thing. I've got mixed reviews on whether I should show my face or not. People say yes if you want to be a femboy. People say no. So I'm probably not going to show it for now. I haven't shown it in like the last 7 years as a YouTuber, so maybe I'll start sometime, maybe I won't. I really don't care, but I love wearing masks anyways. I love masks, so probably just keep wearing masks and show you guys my new masks that I buy. I haven't bought a new one in a while, but I wanted to buy a BDSM mask because they look really cool with all their zippers. I know that sounds weird, but I have no BDSM fetishes or anything like that. I just really love the way that the mask looks, and I love masks in general. So, yeah, it's a really cool mask that has zippers all over it, and it looks really scary and fun. So, when I get some money, and I would love to buy a BDSM mask to show off to you guys, and I think it would be great for the podcast and the vlogs to wear that and stuff. Anyways, God bless you guys, love you guys, see you guys in the next video, and watch my new cartoon about Kobe Bryant. It's a fun cartoon, so see you guys.